The 3-day weekend, and we welcome all of you. Let's start off as we always do. Let's get you your traffic and weather this morning. We'll start with traffic. It's from the MyInsuranceDoctor.com Traffic Center, the official insurance of News Radio, WRVA.
We'll start the Tuesday commute with a collision on westbound 64 at the Parham exit. Green flag conditions 95 and 295. Watch for collision on northbound 195 at the Laburnum Avenue exit. No problems. Chippenden Parkway 288 to the downtown expressway.
No weather sponsor, so I got
side roads, collisions on Chester Road at Curtis Street and Hopkins Road at Richmond Highway. With traffic, I'm Kevin Casey.
High temperatures today will be near 80 degrees, and we'll see another chance for scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms this evening. Overnight, we'll see low temperatures close to 70. Tomorrow will be warmer with another chance for scattered showers and evening thunderstorms. From 8 News, I'm Storm Tracker 8 meteorologist Jessica Kirk for News Radio 1140 WRVA and 96.1 FM.
Get to work on time and ahead of the pack.
This is Richmond's Morning News with Rich Herrera on News Radio WRVA.
So I've got to admit to you that I did enjoy my 3-day weekend. I'll admit it with the rest of us. I slept in. I stayed up late. I went out. I had fun. I did some things that I want to share with you today here on Richmond's Morning News. We had a lot done this weekend, but I was also torn because I love my job so much. I love talking to you every morning. I was itching to get back to work. I might be the only one itching to get back to work today after a 3-day weekend, but welcome. It's Richmond's Morning News here on News Radio WRVA. Hope everybody had an enjoyable weekend, but this is the kickoff of the season, Super Dave Ayler, where everybody walks outside that wears glasses and goes, ugh, because the humidity and the moisture is back in the air, so you walk outside, instantly you can't see anything because your glasses are fogged up.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
That means it's time for us.
I'd rather have my glasses fog up because it's too hot outside than because it's too cold.
So you'd rather have glasses fogged up than a runny nose that'll never stop because it's too cold.
Exactly.
Okay, listen, we deal with what we deal with here on Richmond's Morning News, but it is 6:02 this morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Voice of Virginia News Radio WRVA. Like I said, we've got a lot to get to this morning on the program. Congressman John McGuire is going to be joining us, and I got a couple of surprises for you as well. So let's start, as we always do, with the Richmond Morning News Brief. Here's what you need to know. So you seize the day, get ahead of everybody else, and everybody else, well, basically, they're going to be seeing nothing but the dust coming off your tires today. Here's Richmond's Morning News Brief. Story number one. Hey, we're back from that 3-day weekend, Memorial Day cookouts, and, well, kind of discombobulated because of the short work week.
Number one.
Today, I'm asking, is it Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
What?
Today is Tuesday, then.
How's your weekend?
How was your weekend?
It was good.
But not nearly long enough.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
How much time do you need?
I'll know it when I find it.
Let you know when it happens.
Well,
Until that time.
How about we all get back to work?
It's showtime.
yes, it's showtime. Time to get back to work. I know it's a short week. So either people love having the short week, oh, that 3-day weekend was so nice, or they're going to be like my wife's like, oh my gosh, I've got so much to do and work and all these new things. So it does throw you off a little bit. So take a little bit of a step back, deep breath. Either we celebrate the 3-day weekend or you are time crunched because you only have 4 days to get 5 days worth of work. I had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I'm not sure about you, Super Dave. On Friday, I went with Dave Saunders to the Tech for Troops fundraiser. And by the way, let me just give a shout out to the people at the American Legion at the James River in Midlothian. Wow. It was incredible, Dave. They had bourbon, and the bourbon was made by a gentleman who he and his partners put together this private label bourbon called 5 Services. And it's made up of, he's a Navy SEAL. They've got a Marine. They've got an airman. They've got a soldier. They have them from all the different branches. And it was wonderful bourbon tasting. They had cigars. Dave, I ate wild game.
Nothing wrong with that.
Elk?
Although I did notice that you brought no bourbon back for me or Gary or anyone else.
But I did talk to him. We're going to get him to come on the program. He was on Fox News. You remember we had the chocolatier on last week?
Yeah.
Well, the original time that I saw the chocolatier from Charlottesville, he was on Fox and Friends with Rachel Campos Duffy. And I'm like, okay, so Charlottesville, let's get him on the program. And now, we're hoping that he's going to make the top 10 USA Today. Same show, I saw this gentleman with the bourbon, again with Rachel Campos Duffy. So I invited him to come on the show, and I think we're going to work together for some veterans causes. And by the way, speaking of Rachel Campos Duffy, she joins us on the program tomorrow from Fox and Friends of the Weekend. So I've got that going for us. But it was a nice Memorial Day weekend cookout in the rain. But on Sunday, I had the honor of being one of the over 250 readers that read the names of the fallen that are memorialized at the Virginia War Memorial. Really, really nice. I'll tell you about that coming up here on the program. That was our big story of the day. Story number 2. Here's the latest on what's going on in the conflict in Iran from Fox News. Story number 2.
Number 2.
U.S. forces conducting self-defense strikes in southern Iran to protect troops from threats posed by Iranian forces, but that is also according to CENTCOM. The U.S. military struck a surface-to-air missile site in Bandar Abbas that was targeting U.S. warplanes and then boats attempting to lay mines. Sources say the U.S. strikes are over for now and that they were defensive in nature and not an effort to break the ceasefire. It's not clear how this might affect peace talks, but earlier today, President Trump said negotiations with Iran are proceeding nicely. The president also revealing that he wants any agreement to include a requirement for additional countries to join the Abraham Accords.
All right, here's the latest from Iran. The U.S. had some defensive strikes against Iranian boats that were trying to lay mines in the Strait of Hormuz, all while the negotiations are going on. And from my perspective, here's what we're seeing. If you love Donald Trump, you are rooting for him to get to the finish line, get this thing over, get the strait open back up. We're already starting to see oil prices drop 6% overnight in early exchanges in Japan. You're hoping that this thing gets done sooner rather than later. If you dislike Donald Trump, you want to see this whole thing blow up in his face. You want him to have a worse deal than Barack Obama had a few years ago with Iran, where pallets of cash were sent over. You really see the political divide in this country. Instead of people rooting for America to come out on top, people are picking the red side, the blue side. I'm picking the red, white, and blue side. I hope this gets done. I hope we get a good deal. I hope we could bring lasting peace. I hope Iran doesn't get a nuke. I hope that we open up the Strait of Hormuz. But again, what do I tell you about hope? It's not a strategy. We'll keep an eye. If anything breaks this morning, for sure, we will bring it to you here on Richmond's Morning News. All right, story number 3. You control all the levers of government, but now you actually have to govern. The Democratic Party, we still don't have a budget, do we?
Number 3.
After days and days and weeks of not talking to each other nor negotiating, the Democrats still don't have a budget, and the clock is ticking. Tom Garrett, remember the House of Delegates, always stops by on Tuesday. We'll ask him, where's the budget? Louise Lucas, Don Scott, Abigail Spanberger. It's not like you've got a Republican you've got to deal with or negotiate with. You're all of the same party, but you can't get the job done getting us a budget. We'll talk with Garrett about that coming up on the program today. Story number 4. Now, I realize many of you are 100% Make America Great Again. A lot of you are conservative Republicans, and there are people that absolutely despise Donald Trump with every fiber of their being. I've got good news for you today.
Number 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another completely calm and rational discussion about Donald Trump. I hate his hair, I hate his tie, I hate the way he waves goodbye, I hate the plane, I hate the tan, I hate the fact he still says man, I hate the golf, I hate Mar-a-Lago, I hate the ballroom and the Taco Bowl photo, I hate the tweets, I hate the grin, I even hate the way he walks back in. Oh, we hate Donald Trump, no matter what.
For you Donald Trump haters, don't worry. I've got some great Trump derangement syndrome news for you today. Guess who's back? That's right, Thomas Massey. Huh? Wait a minute, Rich. I think you better check your chat GPT. Didn't you see Thomas Massey lost? You know, he got primaried and a Navy SEAL beat him. Yeah, I know that, but Thomas Massey, who just lost, a week ago? Well, you got to give him credit for his Trump derangement syndrome because he just decided to file to run in 2028. So, Donald Trump, Thomas Massey wants another shot at the title. He just loses in the Republican primary. And what's he do? He goes out and he's filed to run for Congress to get his seat back in 2028. Folks, I can't make this stuff up. And finally today, hey, Gen X, are you feeling the love? Are you feeling how people want you? Are you feeling like you are the prettiest girl in school? Well, Gen X, get ready. I think Wall Street and the marketers in America has discovered, you know what, Gen X, we really do rule.
Number 5.
When I wake up in the morning and the alarm gets out of warning, I don't think I'll ever make it on time. By the time I grab my books and I give myself a look, I'm at the corner just in time to see the bus fly by. It's all right, because I'm Saved by the Bell.
All right, Super Dave, were you a fan of Saved by the Bell?
I was a fan of some of the people on there, but
Who did you like?
well, everybody liked Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah.
And
one that was in Showgirls.
Jesse.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Screech. Right? Zach. Right?
And Slater.
And Lisa.
Yeah.
Right? Saved by the Bell, the crew. And, of course, you know who the big star of that show was?
Mr. Belding.
Mr. Belding. Now, I have a personal connection, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. With the Saved by the Bell crew.
Really?
So my first national sports talk show, my partner was, and I've talked about him on the program today. In fact, I might call into a show today. He actually does a political talk show as well in Ohio. Bob Golick played for the Raiders, captain of the Notre Dame national championship team with Joe Montana, I think 1979. He retired, got into acting.
Was in ESPN for...
No, that's Mike, his brother.
That's Mike. Okay.
So Bob was the one with the mullet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Big caveman looking guy.
Yeah.
So that was actually my original national radio partner. So we got together right after he got done with Saved by the Bell, the college years. So I got to know a lot of the cast members of Saved by the Bell working on that radio show. And honestly, Super Dave, Mr. Belding would come by our radio show like 3 days a week and sit in for 4 hours. Like, okay, Dennis, listen, it's the Bob and Rich show, not the Bob, Rich, and Dennis show.
Yeah, what would you talk to Mr. Belding for 4 hours about?
Was just whatever we were talking about in the show. He was a huge sports fan.
Okay.
He's
so
a nice guy, very nice guy.
You didn't get Kelly Kapowski to come by or anything?
No, but when Bob got married in Las Vegas, we all went, and Kelly Kapowski was there. And
did she mention my name?
No.
Okay.
But I should have asked her. So she was on. She was at the wedding. Mark Paul Glazer was there. Zach was at the wedding. Slater didn't show up, and I don't think he worked with Elizabeth Barkley with Jesse because she wasn't on the college years. Anyway, bring all that up because I've known
this is all at Golick's wedding.
All at Golick's wedding.
Wow.
I would see Mario Lopez at Dodger games. When I was covering the Dodgers, he would come to games. He'd be in Tommy Lasorda's office. So I'd see him there, say hi to him. Oh yeah, you work with Golick. So I've kind of known these guys for a little bit. Anyway, the reason I bring this up, we told you last week, Pizza Hut is making an epic return back to the Gen X generation that made it great. Now, General Mills is releasing a Saved by the Bell themed cereal box featuring Zach Morris and Kelly Kapowski. The collaboration celebrates box tops for education, which has raised $1 billion for schools over 30 years. You remember when you would have to clip the box tops and bring them in to your school to get money for your school? Did you do that?
Yeah, I remember that.
So $1 billion for box tops for education. Had like a yellow pencil with a pink eraser on top, and your mom would clip them out, and you take them into school, and everybody look at you like, oh, what a nerd. Anyway, the box design includes nods to the show, like the Bayside Tiger stickers and references to the gang's hangout, which was, Dave, do you remember where they hung out?
No.
Oh, come on.
I'll say I didn't watch the show a lot.
All right. If anybody
was it
knows,
called like it was some generic kind of name, wasn't it?
no,
Was it?
no. If anybody knows, I'll ask you some Saved by the Bell trivia this
oh
morning.
no, I'm thinking of the Hub.
Right. No, not the Hub.
That
but,
was on the 70s show.
right. What was on 90210? Where do they hang out?
Oh, I never watched
The Peach
90210.
Pit.
The Peach Pit?
Yeah. And I didn't watch 90210. I wasn't cool.
No,
if you
I
know
never
where
watched
the
it.
gang hung out from Saved by the Bell, send us a text 833-804-1140, 833-804-1140 this
And
morning.
less windows.
833-804-1140. All right, we'll talk more about that coming up here in just a bit. Let me remind everybody, today's program is brought to you by A+ Windows, okay?